Hello and welcome back to Factorio Vanilla 1.0. In our last episode, we set up the cracking for the refinery, as well as solid fuel and rocket fuel, whoa, map went crazy there, as well as solid fuel and rocket fuel, I'm sorry, not the rocket fuel, the solid fuel, beacon and moduled. We'll redo the rocket fuel at some point. Not sure exactly when I will do it. The bots are still providing everything we need for the new cracking over here, all the modules for the beacons. We're just not making enough, basically. It's slow enough going. On the comments, Peter Grundy said that I'm misconnecting, I think, this pipe, but it's here. So unless I'm missing something else, I think I'm good here. But if I'm missing something else, let me know again and I will fix it. In the meantime, let's come over here, and I think I want to... What do I want to do? Do I want to move... So the decision I need to make is, do I want to move... I know I want to move plastic. That needs to get brought down to be a little bit closer to the Roboport line here. But the question is, do I want to move the sulfur making... I know I want to move it down, but do I want to flip it over to this side or not? And I think the answer is not. I think I want to just put it down here right up against these. We have turrets engaging the enemy. So I've been out, or I've sent the train out, rather, and killed some biters. Speaking of which, train is not here, because train is out here. I forgot about it again. So, train, you need to head back to the base before I leave you out there and you start shooting things that you can't defend yourself against. And then, let me just put another condition in here. Circuit condition, water is greater than 0. Doesn't really matter as long as it's something it's not getting a signal of. And then, that way it'll sit here at the station, at the base station, and not go out and start shooting at things. Because we need to change that forward attack station at some point. So I think I will at least move the sulfur down up against these beacons and use them to be half of the sulfur provider beacons here. But as I mentioned, I also want to put in or expand the plastic a little bit. And the amount of plastic we're going to need for the whole base, given the amount that I want to build, is 2.7 red belts. So basically 3 red belts. And but I don't want to do 3 red belts. I want to do 2 blue belts instead. And if you do the math on blue versus red, you'll see that 3 red belts is 2 blue belts. So that's what I want to do here. So in order to get 2 blue belts of plastic out of this, and I didn't run the thing ahead of time here, but that's, well, what is that, 90? Yeah, 90. That's here to there to there. Really? That's beacon and module. That's 8 factories making this? Wow. I'm going to have to be creative, though, with the inserters. Because that's going to be rough. And that's 1.2 red belts. So basically, I'm just going to do a blue belt, because that would be 1.33 blue belts. I'm sorry. One blue belt would be 1.33 red belts. Of the coal coming in. So 1 blue belt of coal coming in, 2 blue belts of plastic going out. And if I put it down here, actually I'll just take one. There. So yeah, so there. And I think I want to, again, move this kind of back a little bit. Is that where I want this? Let's go here. And those are, get out of the way. Those are in line. Okay, take this one out then. And then let's see, how do I want to do this to make this fit well? 2 away. It's good there. This will be plastic. These need to be right up next to each other, which should be fine. At least as far as inputs go. The question is going to be, how do I input enough coal and output enough plastic here? Because each one of these, in order to fill up, we basically need 4 of these per belt. per belt. That's obscene. So let's see here. I can't believe it. That's insane. So this may not work. For now, I'm just gonna use red belts because I don't really have blue belts being made. And I say not really, I mean don't have blue belts being made. But how do I get the coal? Well, I could bring the coal in on this side. And I could do this kind of connection. That goes out. We're definitely going to need stack inserters here. I'm going to have to put a power pole in where the belt goes, I think. And then... So we need to be able to take out of each one of these... let's see, 90 in 8 is about 11. It's not 8 full ones, so actually it's more than that. It's probably 12. We need to output 12 plastic per second. That's, I think, going to be 2 inserters each machine, which is going to be problematic for side shifting here. Unless I do something like this. Output priority to the right. And then I'm going to have to figure out where to put power poles again. On that side. That's 1 blue belt worth. And I know these are red belts. Wow. Okay, where can I fit power poles in? Well, I definitely can put one there. And I definitely can put one there, but it's too much space. So instead I could do something like this. And this. But that doesn't take care of this side. And remember, there's going to be beacons right along here. So I can't put the power pole there. I also can't put the power pole here or here. But I could switch this inserter to be on the outside. That would be helpful. And then put the power poles there and there. In that case, I want to put the power pole there. That's definitely an option. Is that going to be enough? Let's see. These can output 12. Actually, no, because the stack size is 12 now. So we may not need 2 stack inserters for each one. Trying to think. If each one outputs 12 and it's 864 degrees of rotation, that's a little more than 2 swings per second. These are going to be making, well, let's do the math here. Calculator. We want 90 divided by 7.7. Each one of these is going to be outputting just shy of 12 per second. So technically 1 inserter should work. I just think I might want to have 2 inserters here just to help fill the gaps and such. Because I think there's going to be gaps, and we can't have gaps, otherwise this won't work. So let's say, just for argument, that this is what I want to do. Now I need to do 2 of these, and I think the best way to do 2 of them is just to put them right next to each other, except that won't work because I need to be able to get this belt out. Actually, yes, it will work. Well, let the bots come and do this. What I'm going to do is turn the belt around and go out this way. Actually, that goes there and that goes there. Output priority left. I got stuck. And then this belt can come out and go like around the beacons somewhere. It doesn't have to. It can go anywhere. The other option would have been to do something to get it to go under the beacons, but that would have required 2 more spaces, which would have meant shifting this whole thing down by 3 spaces in order to accommodate the beacons. And I don't know that I wanted to do that. So the follow-up question to this is going to be, do I want to keep this bus turned, or do I want to make it go straight down? And I think I want to keep it turned for a couple of reasons. One of which is it gives me a place to put the tanks right there in the corner. And the other is I already got everything connected to the bus over here anyways, so it's fine. Still trying to get enough... Okay, what's going on down here in the base? Did I disconnect something I shouldn't have? Green circuits are struggling. No, it's just slow. Green circuits are struggling a bit, but that's because blue circuits are gobbling them all up. And we need to get those other two belts run. Yeah. And we need to expand this a little bit more as well. Which might mean that I should potentially do the same kind of setup as I did for blue circuits for green circuits with the 3-in-1. Why are some of them one way and some of them the other? We could do that. That might work out well for green circuits. But I think that messes with the ratio, and I'd have to redo the ratio on that. So maybe I won't. Plus it's raw resources going in, so it's really just belts. I think I just need to expand it down. I need to do the math, though. Actually, we need more than 4 red belts. We need to have 5.2 red belts, which is like... what's that? Almost 4... Or is that 4 blue belts? Let me switch the planner here to blue belts. That might be easier. Green circuits are where? They're there. 3.5 blue belts. So 4 blue belts would be perfect, which means that's 62, or actually it's more than 62, green circuit machines. And we have, right now, because 3.5 is 62, so we have 32 right now. So I need to double this and then a bit more in order to get all of it out that I need to get out. Which right now is going to be a problem, so I might have to do a different setup for green circuits. Either way, it's a lot of green circuits. Okay, so that's back to here now. Yeah, it's going down. No, it's not going down. It still says 33. Hasn't it always said 33? Oh, I know why. They're coming to me. Turn my logistics off. Actually, let's just go over here and do this. Maybe? Oh. There we go. I need to turn my logistics off. So they stop bringing them to me. Because they're bringing them to me instead of putting them in the machines. And then leave my bots on so that they get placed. Yeah, that's what I did it wrong earlier, last time. Okay, so back to this. This is going to be 1 solid blue belt of coal coming in. And then we'll have 2 blue belts of plastic coming out. This needs to come up and get replaced with some of these. I think it was here as planned by design. Yes. And then this one goes... Oh, crap. I want to move this whole thing up one. Okay, let's take this out. Or not yet. Not yet. Let's just disconnect this pump, I think. 1K, yeah, that's the same as over here, so I can just copy-paste that. Take this pump out. Take this out here. That'll burn through that petroleum in no time, and then we can just pick it right on up. Okay, take this one out too. Take this one out too. Okay, good. And then I'm going to cut the the coal belt right there. That's where it goes in. Take my bots off. And it looks like it's all drained out. So let's take this whole thing here. Up. I may lose some power connections. No, look at me. Okay. And then this goes here and here. And a little bit more of these here. And then I can cut this whole thing. Let's wait. I'm going to turn my bots back on. Cut this whole thing and go up by 1. 1 tile off, everyone. 1 tile off. Let's see. This goes, I think, there. Yeah. And then I'm going to turn my bots back off again. I need 1 more power pole. Let's see. It's overlapping, maybe? Yeah, we'll go right there. Oopsie. Well, now we messed it up worse. Okay. I need to also get rid of... No, I don't. I don't have anything to get rid of. I don't think. Okay, so the only other thing that I didn't think about when I did this is... I'm just going to put this one offset a little bit here. The other thing I didn't think about is this too much petroleum gas for this input? And the answer to that question is, according to the calculator, no. We only need 692. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is coal coming in here. Boom. And then this comes out. This whole thing gets copied to there. And we'll let the base bots come and deal with that. We'll need another power pole here and 1 over there to power all those beacons. Speaking of power, how are we doing on power? Oh yeah, because we're not doing any science. And then I can just take this belt around. And I think... which way do I want to take it around? I think I'll take it around the south end here. Because I think I can just go like this. Actually, go like that. Yeah. And then this can come this way. And then into there. And then into here. And then upgrade planner. Turn the pollution back off again. There. There. And I know these are only going to reds right now, but I need to go make the blues yet. I haven't made them, so we're going to deal with it for now. That's good. Right there. And then we'll just let the base bots deal with this as they have time. Who designed that crazy little squiggly? Seems like a relic of something that I don't remember we're doing. This bit here, I must have had... Oh, it's when this red circuit was over by 1. I had to move it. I should straighten that out. Let's straighten that out. Go there, and then go there instead. Then I want to take this out too. And then I can take this one out. And I can replace it with that. And that. And then upgrade planner, both of those. Nice. Okay. The reason I did a yellow there, by the way, was because if I put down a red one, they probably wouldn't have linked. They would have both been facing into the underground. So that's why I used the yellow, because this one hadn't been replaced yet. All right, bots, good job. So now we have a fully beaconed setup going here. This needs to be somewhere in this general vicinity. Of course, we have a problem here with conflict with that, because what else would we have? But I'll just do it like this. Well, that's a bummer. It's too far. Too far to reach. Go there, then. A pump goes here. And then we need a power pole, large power pole in here. And a wire here to there. Copy this one to that one. And now it's greater than 1K. And then we just do this. And we have a full storage tank of this. So we can make Lots of plastic. Now I screwed up and didn't put in one undergroundy right there. Or underflowy, rather. And so now we're making what will hopefully be... Oh, I didn't put any productivity modules in these. That would help. How about that? They won't be full until the speed modules get filled in a little bit more because it's too slow right now, and then they'll be too full because it's for blue belts, not for red belts. So then it'll be overproducing by 50%. Why do I always forget what the speeds on the belts are? 30, 45. Yeah, to be overproducing by 50%. So, that should be good. I hope that's good. And it'll just take the bots a little while to square that all away. What's going on over here? Really? You haven't delivered to that one yet? Okay. Alright, so everything looks good here. Now let's deal with sulfuric acid and sulfur. The same kind of concept works, except that I want to... the same kind of concept works as we did over here with cracking, actually. In fact, I could steal some of this. With a small change to it. Let's steal, not the power pole, let's just steal like 4 machines. Without the power poles because of the every 3 thing, I think it is. If I do these, how much sulfur are we going to need? We're going to need about 9 per minute of sulfur and about 80 per minute of sulfuric acid. So let's say those are actually, wait a minute. That's we need we need 1.25 per minute of sulfur after the 80 per minute of sulfuric acid. So let's see, sulfuric acid. And if I do 80 per second, sorry, 80 per second, that. And then we need also a little bit of extra sulfur. And if I say 2, what does that give me? And maybe I should go a little bit higher than this, but that's like 1 factory making sulfuric acid and 1 factory making sulfur. And that would still be a lot of overflow. So that'll work. So I guess let's not do the, yeah. Let's just grab one of these, and I want to put it right there. And then one of these, and can I put it right next to it? I don't see why not. Sulfur. Well, or do I? You know what? I think this is going to be my exception. And I'm going to put this 3 away. The reason it's 3 away is to make sure we take advantage of beacons. Actually, this is in the wrong spot anyway. This should be here. But it also gives me the ability to not have crazy pipe schedule here. Do that. We do this. That brings in the water. That brings in the petroleum gas. These guys need these, of course. And then we just need to have, I think, 5 of these. And I can't put all of them down just yet, but we'll put down the ones we can. That's just perfect. Because this pipe's going to get replaced here. We need to have a belt coming out carrying... Red is more than enough. Carrying sulfur. This is going to go under and come up right about there. Oh, we need to bring in iron too. And then we'll just have... I think what I'm going to do is something a little bit different here. I'll output these like this. Then have this red belt going in there. That way it balances a little bit. And then I think that might be all we need. We're making 8 per... Make it about 8 per second. I think I'm going to do this. That'll load them on both sides of the belt. This will pull most of the 8. Maybe I'll do the stack inserter there too. And then this is going to come out to here-ish. For one of these. Copy this one though. It's already got the controls on it. Or the limits on it. This goes into there. This goes over to here. Okay. And then we need water. That can go right here. And a pump just to keep it flowing. Water is here. That is one tile too far. Okay, we'll do this way then. We need a power pole here. Notice I haven't hooked up the petroleum just yet. Power needs to go... there and there. There. No, there and there. And then out here somewhere. There. Now, where do I bring iron in? Well, the easy solution would be right across here, like this, and into there. And we need like 1 iron per, maybe 2 iron per second. So that should be plenty there for iron. And I'll just put a power pole there, I think. And I think that will work. This needs to go like this. This is going to go in there. Let me get rid of these. I know I don't have my logistics on, but I can trash anyway. Even though it's not auto trashing. And this can go all the way over there, but it won't reach. So we just take a shortcut there. And then we can tie this in like this. And I think that's good. Now, except that I need to come up with a way to get rid of some of this sulfur. First thing I need to do is break this. This gets broken right here. I'm going to do another one of these buffer mechanisms here, like I had over there. Is this enough space? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough space. Well, if I did it over here, it would be. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so this is going to come in like this. And then we'll have... yeah, we'll do 3 still. Probably only need 2 with the yellow belt, but yeah, we'll do 2. That's fine. And then iron boxes. And then power poles. And it doesn't have... There we go. We'll let this drain all out. And then hopefully I can drain that out as well. Now I probably might want to move the sulfuric acid tank as well. So let me take... let's see. 1, 2 of those. And a pump. And a power pole. And I'm going to pull all of that into there, as well as what's getting made to burn through this sulfur. Or the petroleum, rather. I'm going to burn it out. Yeah, it's going down slowly. And I keep adding to it, so it doesn't help. It's insane how much beaconing and moduling works. Or how well, I should say. Turn this off. Base bots, come and get it. And then this as well. This as well. This here. This here. And these here. There and there. Oh, and all this too. You go away. You go away. You go away. These can come over here now. Yep, that's correct. And then we just need the pipe for the sulfuric acid coming out this way. It does not reach, so we'll do an intermediary there. Let's take this tank up. This one up. All this up. That's connected. That still goes to the bus, so we need to deal with that still. This goes here. Pipe. Don't want to connect that up yet, though. Tank goes here now. Red wire. From there, I think, would be best. And then pump. Go there, and then a couple of pipes there. And now we can pull it down out of these into the system. I don't think those are flowing at full speed anymore either, but they're saturated now. Getting there. It's not going to all fit. So I'm going to have one of these tanks still left over. But I think now I can do this. Yeah, and see that it jumped up by a bit. So it pushed it all into there. When you pick up the tanks, it pushes it in. Okay, so this should be good for now. Now the problem is I have to remember to connect that, so I'm just going to connect it anyway. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be good enough. And then I want to do this and this. And I'm doing red belts because we don't need them. That goes there. Then we need a splitter here. And priority input from the left. No, right. I'm upside down. That goes away. What else can I trash? That's probably good. Alright, so we now have beaconed and moduled sulfur and plastic. And the only thing left to do is rocket fuel, and we need to move nuclear fuel. So at this point, I think I want to go ahead and move nuclear fuel, which is going to be messy to pick up, but... And actually, I think I'm going to pick it up. Let me cut this off down here. Oh dear. Take that one out. Because I want to dump all this junk right back into the thing. I messed that up. Actually, let's just do it this way. Oh, I'm full? Yeah, full. Okay. Full. Oh, those are going to be atrocious to pick up. Let's just do something different with those then. Actually, I'll just leave that belt right there. That should be okay. All right, so I think, so we talked about this, and 16 is way too many. I think 4 is going to be more than enough. So let's just grab 4 of these. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we need more, we can always add more. I'm just going to put them down here. They don't need to be beaconed or moduled, but they might as well take advantage of the beacons that are already here. I'm not going to put an extra one down on the end, I don't think, but they might as well take advantage of what's here. Let's do that then. This can come in like this now, and then like this, but do a splitter here, priority input from the left. And then I need to be careful with this configuration, but let's do a couple of each of these. Stack inserters. And okay, so rocket fuel's coming in on the bottom. The bottom is the same as this left side because it goes onto the bottom. That means that the rocket fuel needs to go into these boxes right here. Okay. And it doesn't matter if they're even, I'm just trying to fill them, basically. And then take up this one. And this stuff goes in here. And again, doesn't matter that they're even or not. And then these should have been put down long before. No. This is going to be where the mess comes in. How do I want to do this mess? Let's copy this setup into here. And then let's make these requester chests. And they're going to request a crap ton of this. About 50 of this. Which one did I do? Not that one. This one? No. This one. And it's not going to be enough, but it'll be something. And I can make them back to provider chests. But they can't hold any more than 50, so... Actually, they can't hold any more than 48. And we have way too much, I figured. Alright, how much are you guys holding? Only 10. We can increase the request on these as well to 50. We still have way too many. Way too many. Wow, we have way too many. And these are still running off of what they had in them. Well, at least while these are, these are requester chests, then these won't fill up. Or these won't get emptied, these will. So I think it's okay. I just need to remember to come back and make these requesters. That's already done. Good. We're getting attacked again. So I was saying at the beginning of the episode that I was out here killing things. That one would probably be able to be killed. It must be an expansion here. But I actually can't reach everything in the pollution zone, especially in this area down here, and up here as well, from my rails that I have. So, yeah, we're getting attacked by stuff that we can't reach to shoot. The solution to that is either one of two things. One is to one solution is to expand the walls, which I'm not that interested in doing. The other is to expand the artillery research. That is the artillery range research, which is here. And we will do that once we get space science going. But now that we have our basically everything in excuse me, our oil base beacon and module except for rocket fuel, which we'll do later. Now that we have that done, we can kind of move on to other parts of the base. I did want to do an episode about coal liquefaction, but right now we're not using it. Using the crude, we have every crude train is here waiting, so we can't really use that just yet. And also, oh, you know what I wanted to do? Shoot, I wanted to also move some of these stations down, didn't I? Yeah, I think I did. I think I wanted to make these two down here. Actually, I could just move this one down to here and then make that coal. That would work out okay. I think I will do that sometime later because we need to be able to get this train through here, and I can't the way that it's set up. So that's got to move somewhere out here, and that means these got to clean up, and they should be cleaned up very, very soon. So I think what we're going to do is end the episode here. I will let these finish up, and I will clean them up. And then I can move this station down, all that off camera. And then in the next episode, we could bring in a coal train. We had to set up a coal outpost, which I think I was going to use this one to start with. And we could set up the coal liquefaction and then do some sort of circuit network to turn it on and off depending on what we have available, and maybe in these tanks for crude. As kind of or maybe just one of them. No, we better do them all, just because. What we have in these tanks, as far as crude goes, and then we can turn the coal liquefaction on and off, depending on how much crude we have saved up. So I think that's where we're going to leave this for today, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.